All right, I'm up in the morning, about to hit the gym as usual. But I see this new therapist or counselor, St. James brother. Salute to the brother. He does some good work. I appreciate it. I really, really respect the brother a lot. He's trying. But I can't help but think, is this the same damn conversation that we've been having for the last, what, 30 years, 40 years, 50 years? It's like a circle. It's like watching a dog chase its tail around. I'm not saying that people should not do it. I'm not saying that anybody should ever give up hope. But what I'm saying to you is this. This is the same thing Kevin Samuels was saying. Delivery. The brother is very delivery. Good with his delivery. He's good at connecting with the women and their feelings. But he's saying the same thing Kevin Samuels is saying. He's saying the same thing Sister Shelazad Ali is saying. Jaharazad Ali, sorry, my apologies, sister. He's saying the same thing that Louis Farrakhan or any of these people have been saying for years. The problem is that it's a circular conversation that goes nowhere. And here's why. The black community in America is a matriarchal culture. These women have been programmed you cannot undo 60, 70 years of programming by the older women who have programmed these younger women, their daughters, to not be under the leadership of a man. They have been programmed to be strong and independent women and feminists. You don't need no man. You watch movies like The Color Purple. They've created these tropes and these narratives of this, evil, patriarchal, evil, oppressive monster. When black men had nothing to do with any of this stuff. Black men back in the day were dealing with their own issues with racism and fighting for civil rights, and they really got engaged with the welfare state and government empowerment and the feminism of white liberal women. That has nothing to do with them. So it's all made up. I mean, they've created this false narrative, the Color Purple narrative, trauma bonding of these monsters. Most of the time you see a woman really getting at a guy is a guy that she was not supposed to be messing with, a guy that would not have passed the vetting stage in a community that's led by men, responsible men. If fathers were vetting the men that their daughters wanted to date or wanted to be around, none of this shit would happen, because men can see through men's bullshit. That's why I don't sit around here in cars talking to you dudes with some dark ass shades on, that fake ass, goofy ass, hustle pickup game from goofy dudes trying to extract a couple of dollars out of your damn pocket for what? We could make this shit straight common sense. The issue, the crisis is in manhood and masculinity and self-esteem. That comes from a lot of boys being raised in environments where they're not strong fathers. No dating pickup game is going to save your ass if you're masculine. The core, the foundation of your building blocks is flawed. If if you're flawed, you need to go see a masculine therapist. That's why I talk to Coach Cushion. I teach you game all day long. See, there's a difference between somebody, there's theory, and then what happens under pressure. You see? Even when you coach, when I coach basketball, we'll do, see the light coming for me. We'll do the reps. We'll do the fundamentals. But sooner or later, I'm going to have to roll that damn ball out there, and you're going to have to practice that in life. When you deal with a woman out in public, you have to talk to them. You have to human interaction. Thank God I'm a Gen Xer where I was, I know brothers know we grew up with them rotary phones. But I see these goofy dudes. Half of these dudes won't even pass if you put a background investigation on some of these guys, you would be surprised of the debauchery that they have in their life. Fake wealth, fake crap. Man, my car is a 2012. I'm out here selling no goofy shit. And you got to be making this money and this and this and that. Man, get the fuck out. These women will sleep on a guy who just came out of jail yesterday if he arouses them. Now, in terms of long-term relationship, I always tell these dudes to, become the best version of yourself, boss up for you, not for no women. Now, she wants to tag along with you on your journey, and she wants to be feminine, submissive, cooperative, and she wants to get on your plan and add value to your life as an asset, not as an extraction. Okay, good. Roll with her. That's the 5% women. Look, let me tell you, I don't promote this, it ain't about being single or married or any of that. It's about winning and losing for me. But this conversation itself is stale, because you know why? It's the older women. I see them on panels all the time. Burnt out, old. You're not birthing out here having no babies. They're not going to be starting no families and no babies. You 40 years old, that crazy old therapist that Paul Pierce exposed from the alphabet community, whatever else. These older women, they've had their time. The problem is that they're still single. Instead of them talking to the teenage girls, because again, the women need to correct this with the younger women. Look, here's what you do. When you're young, treat your body like a man treats his last name. The man you want treats his last name, not some simp, not some panda bear, not some son husband raised dude who have no masculinity. The man you want. The man you want. You know what I'm talking about. The man you want. How he protects. He don't be giving away his last name like that. The man you want don't be pandering in your DMs and all that stuff. He's not going to do that. He's not going to do it. He's going to make your ass work. You're going to earn his relationship with him. The man you want. But they're not going to help these young girls get an education, get a husband, and get a career while you're young. Don't just let dudes be running up in you, destroying you, trauma, sharing demons and spirits with men, strange men. You notice on this channel, I don't promote any of that bullshit, any of that promiscuity, because I can't be at the same time calling women 304s and whatever else, and then promoting and teaching you how to run up in 304s. For what? You may end up sick or something. End up in the grave, messing around with these 304s. Why would I promote something and then criticize it at the same time? That's the hypocrisy of this whole situation. Oh, learn game. Game, yeah, that means the woman ain't attracted to you. Because when women are attracted to you, they help you. When a woman really likes you, you don't want to try a test. You try and waste money on a woman that really likes you, a woman that really is into you. I mean, she digs you. And you try and take her on some expensive, extravagant date. She'll be like, oh, come on, baby, why are you doing that? That's unnecessary. Save your money. What are you doing? Because she sees a future with you. And you wasting money is like you wasting money that you need for the future that you have with her. But these chicken heads and these birds and all that other stuff, like, they don't give a damn about you. They don't give a damn if you spend your money and charge up your credit cards, taking them on. They don't care about you. They just don't like you. It's game stuff. She don't like you. That's the problem. You be the best version of yourself. If you're a little goofy, give it a chick that's a little goofy too. Stick with your dating and relationship DNA. I don't have any Patreon or any of this selling you no game foolishness. The truth of the matter is most of these women just don't like you. They just don't like you. You're not her dating and relationship DNA. If you were a squared away dude, black dude, or articulated black dude, or whatever, you notice I ain't dropped no N-bombs in my conversation. What the hell I look dating some Keisha? Or some chick with some hood type of, you an educated lame. Man, they don't educate, nothing wrong with you. Date a woman from whatever community that respects articulate, intelligent men of any race, especially black men. Leave them alone. If they want hood dudes and dudes tatted up or dreaded up or whatever, not knocking any brothers, because I know a lot of good brothers that have tats and dreads and whatever else. That's her dating and relationship DNA. Get out of her face. It's a big ass world out here. There's billions of people on this earth. Time is precious. Today is the youngest you'll be for the rest of your life. The problem is that dude's self-esteem be crushed because we were living in this gynocracy for so long, beating down on men, kicking men's backs in, just beating dudes' self-esteem into the ground. We have a self-esteem crisis with men. They don't know their value. That's why I recommend global travel. Not global travel for box. Global travel for knowledge. Knowledge is what you seek. You can get boxed anywhere. Boxes everywhere. They selling it. The dating relationship market is basically prostitution. So they're selling box everywhere. You don't need to travel for box. It's everywhere. What you need to travel for is knowledge. And if you want to take advantage of some low-cost living, especially in the wintertime. But the biggest problem is these old, burnt-out women are out here competing with the younger version of themselves, and they won't teach the young girls because they see the young, they mismanaged their youth. They got their self blown out. They were vigorously and viciously pounded out by the football team, the basketball team, and everybody else. So they have a blown out vagina. They want you're young and fresh. They want to knock you out the box because their ass is single. They ain't supposed to be single. Now they on meds. Now they bought into the feminism and the sexual liberation. And they realize that, oh, shoot, now I have to take these antidepressants and whatever else. And my perspective of a man, they don't want to see you happy. They don't want to see you with, a husband or a family or living in a balanced situation with nature. You see, the difference between us is this. Even as a guy, even if I'm a single guy now, I enjoy seeing married people. I enjoy seeing married couples and families. If I had a dude or a friend of mine or whatever was talking about leaving his wife for no reason, I'm like, yo. If your wife is a good woman, work on your marriage. Work on your relationship. We don't promote no, people destroying good marriages and homes, and that's the one some sleazy, goofy ass female bullshit that out here. We don't, as men, we don't promote that type of goofiness. But the women do that shit because they like misery. They like to set themselves up. They like to set their life up, set other women up, because they're vindictive. They'll destroy each other's life, destroy each other's marriages, destroy each other's relationship. That's why they make all these trauma movies, because it gets into their emotional states and it sells to them. I know I'm on a rant right now. I don't even the conversation, but anyhow, what I'm saying is this. This conversation is repeated over and over and over again. And the only reason why they're really talking now is, one, they're scared because, I'm not into politics like that, but Trump's taking away their benefits and their entitlement programs, and all these other programs are disappearing, and Section 8 is disappearing, and the money's not, the dudes ain't out here just tricking off and taking women on these dates. They're getting nervous. Kamala Harris didn't win the election. They're not coming from a genuine place of genuine desire to be with a man. They want to be under a man's wallet. They think about the money. They think about provisions and protection that comes with it. But they ain't going to listen to no man. I don't care whether you pay 100% of the bill, 50% of the bill, 10%. They're not listening to you because they were not raised to listen to you. They were raised to think that any type of leadership from you is control. It's compression. You telling them they want you to take on responsibilities, but they don't want you to have any authority over them. To them, you can't tell them nothing. So it's really about money. At the end of the day, it comes down to money. They want the extra money. Inflation. It's expensive out here. Shit costs money. Housing costs money. Everything costs money. It comes down to the money. So they'll cooperate with you in a slightest bit, small enough to secure the money, which is get you under the contract with the state so that they can secure the money or extract the money or transfer the wealth from you to them. That's why you see, even with the church, there's a whole load of them. What are they talking about? Security. What they're talking about? Men paying for this, men being provider men. Half of these women are just hard, stone cold feminists. Provider man, that's just the grift. Get some dude that they would not have been attracted to when they were 22 years old. He's so thirsty and he's so desperate. He's going to go ahead and marry her or put her in her house or try to listen to these goofballs talking about, the real man is this and this and this, and this is what a real man, 99.9% of the time, All they talk about what a real man is about everything that benefits everybody else except that man. Real man is always about somebody else, never about the man himself. So it's really just that guy is basically his whole identity and his lenses is through being basically a disposable tampon for women. That's pretty much how he sees himself. And he's trying to flex and project masculinity and manhood by him being a tampon. You got to be careful with these simps out here, man. They found all kind of ways to create meaning for their life. They want to be that crash test dummy, or they want to be that guy. I'm not talking about man doing things for a woman who sees him as her man, her guy, who has desire for him, who respects him, honors him, takes care of him, and he takes care of her. My philosophy is always take care of those who take care of you. But at the same time, we have too much of these goofball conversations out here. It's a circular thing. The biggest problem is the women will not help the younger women because they are just in the process of sabotaging the competition, knocking the competition out, making their, they're not going to help you. They're not going to. The younger women, the teenage girls, and all of they need to go listen to Kevin Samuels. They need to be listening to St. James. They need to be listening to my brother, the coach of Condition, and some of these other brothers out here trying to help them. Not listening to, or even women that Halazal Ali and all these, all these people that put out content, put out information that actually helps them. And they need to check out of all that trauma shit, put Tyler Perry out of business and all these. They will never do it. They will never do it. Stop listening to these old feminists. And you always see them on the panel, all everywhere. They trying to virtue signal about their value and how many options they got. Options for sausage. Men have, what? The testosterone level is 300 to 1,000. Men are always going to want box. Now, the question is when they get post-nut clarity, are they going to want you? If you haven't done any self-development and any self-improvement, because remember, they all turn themselves into victims. No matter what they do, they could have went out here and deleted the dude over some jealousy stuff. But by the time she does the mind tricks in her own mind, she'll tell a narrative of what a monster that guy could have been a saint. That's why when these women talk, you got to listen to it. Like when they start talking, don't let them talk. This social media stuff let these women keep talking. Let them keep running their mouth. Let them tell you all their secrets, all of their mishaps, all their problems. Let them tell you. Then you know what to run from. So the biggest issue right now is that they won't help the younger women. Women, they chose that crazy, ridiculous feminist crap. You chose that stuff. You sold the men out in the black community for government, the welfare state, and feminism. So you got to fix it. Find the young girls, tell them the truth. Tell them that your ass is going to sleep and you're taking antidepressant. Tell them that you're miserable. Tell them that you in a girls group and you guys keep stabbing each other in the back every day, breaking up over, hate each other. You can't stand each other. You commit treason against each other all the time. You sleep with each other's men. You go on these trips to the islands. And when one of you find when the guy, the Jamaican dude walking down the beach, Quentin, you sell the other one out in a second. She disappears for a couple of days because she's desperate for men. Men and women were designed to be together. She abandons you. As soon as the one gets a man, the one who be telling you not to get a man, as soon as she get a man, she disappears on you. You don't hear nothing from her no more. It's a circle of treason. But between these women, they don't like each other like that. Because again, they're competing with each other. But older women, we don't talk about the hard-headed ones. Woo! The Gen X women in my age, you might as well be talking to a brick. Not all sisters. Their head is like a brick. You can't tell them, you can't talk to them, you can't reason with them. You're wasting your damn time. These women know better. Many of them know better. They just don't want to listen to you. Again, outcome is what matters. The outcome is not going to change. Because the older women will not help the younger women. You're talking to the wall. You're talking in the air. Why would they help young women live a better life than what the prospectus is for their life? They're not going to help them live better than them. Women are too competitive for that. They're not going to say, well, you see, like how we help the young brothers. They look, young brother, this is the mistakes I make with money. This is the mistakes I made with women. This is how you fix. They don't think like that. They think in terms of eliminating the competition. We see ourselves as young men, and we don't want them to make the mistakes that we have made. We don't. But these women, they will roll a young girl right up underneath the bus. Program them with the same debauchery that has put them on meds. Because they were like, you know what? You're not going to be walking around here fresh and new and, unfouled and get yourself a nice, good husband and create yourself a nice family and live a good quality life. No, we're gonna get you destroyed like us. Get you on the meds. But anyhow, at the end of the day, you can't turn something that was not raised to be a wife into a wife for those men who want wives. And lastly, unless something changes with the laws in this country, laws governing marriage, divorces, and whatever else, but in social media, with all the distractions out here, is a very difficult and complicated environment. But it all starts with the women. They have to help the young women. At the end of the day, these guys can be talking to the end till the cows come home. At the end of the day, women have free choices. And they choose what they want to choose. They're no victims, they're only volunteers. And my philosophy is this: let them wild horses run free. At the end of the day, whatever they doing and whatever they saying, if you ask me a question, I will tell you the right thing to do or the right way. If you ask me a question. But if you ain't asking me a question, I talk on my channel. But in real life, out here in these streets, I'm not in the streets, but I'm gonna be in the gym most of the time. But anyhow, out here, unless I'm asked an opinion, my mentality is that these wild horses run free, because you ain't changing nothing. Don't raise your cortisol level, gentlemen. Enjoy your life. Put yourself first. Let everything trickle down from you, and then whatever happens, just happens, brother. But you're not changing anything on this mouthpiece stuff out here with these women. They make their decisions, and they got to live with it like everybody else. I'm out. Peace to you guys. It's time for me to hit the gym. Hey, you guys take care of yourself, man. And make sure you guys hit the like button, man.